Happy Hispanic Heritage Month, everybody. This is the Slider Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about how Netflix loves to cast white people as Latinos. Now, they don't always do that, but every once in a while they do it, and it causes an uproar. So, I'm a black dude, and I love diversity on TV, especially nowadays. And one of the things I always want to do is watch more Latino shows, which there don't seem to be that many in America. And whenever they do come out, they don't last that very long. And so, one of the things that always frustrates me is when I watch these American shows that have so-called Latino characters in there, they're always cast by either a white or Italian people. And so, that's not Latino. I remember I was watching Fear the Walking Dead season 2, which was positioned over in Mexico, because that's where the group went. And so there were tons of Mexican characters, but none of them were played by actual Mexican people. They was either played by Italian, Mari, or what is the other one? They weren't even even if they were Mexican, they weren't actually Mexican. They was either Colombian, Puerto Rican, or something like that. But it was not that many Mexican characters unless they was background characters. And it's kind of there can't be a shortage of Mexican characters, and there can't be a shortage of Latino characters. There's not. They're all around. And Netflix has been lately, in the past 2, maybe 3 years, have been casting other races as Latino characters, which has been pissing people off. It has pissed me off, and I'm not even Latino and stuff. And so I wanted to give a few examples of the times that they've cast other races to play Latino characters. There's literally not a shortage. There just can't be. I mean, Melissa Barreras and everything, who plays Sam in the Scream movies and stuff, I've already talked about a show called, what was it? Vita. And so Marissa is actually from Mexico and everything, and has done a lot of Mexican television shows. Well, she came on over here and starred in Vita and is now the new face of Scream. If they can pull her from an actual Mexican country, why can't they do that with other Mexican stars or Puerto Rican stars or Cuban or Colombian and stuff like that, instead of casting people who aren't the right race? Because representation does matter. It's always great when people can see themselves on television only to realize, hold up, this person isn't even Latino. They just have a tan, or they have a certain quality to their face that makes them look Latino. And these networks need to be ashamed. Netflix needs to be ashamed. So let's start off with the most obvious one that really had me frustrated when this news broke a few years back. The roles of Morticia Addams and Fester Addams from the Netflix Wednesday show. So, something many people don't understand is that the Addams family isn't white. People assume that, but back in the comic books, and even in the original live action television in the episode Art of Addams, I believe it was episode 14, the Addams family is actually Latina and everything. They're Spanish speaking people. See, I'm gonna butcher this name so badly. Castellan, Spanish people. That's what they are. That is what Gomez Adam is. Castellan and everything. He's a Spanish speaking man. He is that's what he is. He is not white. And neither is his family. And so him and Morticia, they left from over there to come to America, and I think in New Jersey or something like that. And they had kids and stuff like that. So they're not white. However, on television and in movies, they're normally played by that of white people. The thing is, And it's very rare for them to be cast by Hispanics in TV shows and movies. I believe it was a Puerto Rican actor who did it in the movies who sadly passed away. And so, like, for the longest time, they just been cast as like a white family. So that's what people always assume. And whenever they're drawn in animation, they always look white as well. Well, Netflix cast Jenna Ortega as Wednesday, and Wednesday was the main character of the show revolving around her. Her family only made a guest appearance. And so they cast it around her Hispanic heritage. Luis Guzman and the brother are that of Latino descent. But when it came time to the mother, and Uncle Fester, they went a different route for some bizarre reason. They cast none other than Catherine Zeta-Jones, who is notorious for playing Latino characters, but she's actually white. She's Walsh and she's Irish. And she's played Latinos before, and she's playing one again. Now, don't get me wrong, she looks like Morticia Adams and everything, but she is not Hispanic. And if you're gonna cast an actress to play Wednesday who is Mexican, why not cast her mother? Now, when I found this out, I was mad. And I even came up with a list on a video of tons of Latino actresses who look like Morticia Adams and looks like Jenna Ortega that they could have casted. But Netflix still stuck with like Catherine Zeta-Jones. Then there is Uncle Fester. And he is the brother of Gomez Adams. That's how it's been established ever since the movies. But in the original stuff, he was actually Morticia's uncle. Anyway, he's played by Fred Armstead or something like that. I can't remember his name. And he's actually German and Korean. Now, he looks the part, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like, was it really that hard for them not to find a Hispanic actor? I mean, George Lopez looks like Uncle Fester, acts like Uncle Fester. He could have cast that man. Just shave his head bald and everything. I mean, just keep him sober. He could have played the part. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that hard for them to find a Latino actor. Then there is the Winx saga. Now, the Winx saga is based off of the Winx Club, which was an animated series about fairies. I've never seen it, but apparently all of the characters are based off of famous like celebrities, mostly pop stars. There's the Asian ones based off of Lucy Liu, who's an actress, the black one off of Beyonce, the Latino one based off of Jennifer Lopez, and I think one's based on Britney Spears, I believe. And I forget about the other one. If there are other ones, I don't know. Like I said before, I never watched it, so I don't even know how many characters are in it. So Netflix decided to make a live adaptation. Instead of making them fairies, which they kind of still are, they look more like witches. And well, it got super whitewashed. In fact, there's only one person of color in the entirety of the show. And so this caused an uproar between like the fandom because the Asian and the Hispanic character were white. And people's all like, yo, that don't make no sense. One's supposed to be based off Lucy Liu. One's supposed to be based off Jennifer Lopez. And so the one who's supposed to be based off of Jennifer Lopez is Flora. And Flora is Latino and everything. And they cast a white actress in the role. This is what makes it worse. In the original call sheet that got leaked online to IMBD, they listed the white actress as Flora. So technically she was supposed to play Flora, but a white version of her. Until that got word, and then so Netflix decided to rename Flora Tara. This made the fandom even more pissed off. Now, the one actress who's supposed to play the Lucy Liu type character, She opened up her mouth and gave her 2 cents and all this other crap, and her opinion is not warranted. The black actress, however, said, yo, representation matters and blah blah, stuff like that. See, her head is on straight. The other girl is not. So Netflix tried to rectify this in the second season. They finally introduced Flora and they cast a Latino actress. And they're trying to say that Flora is Tara's cousin. Well, the fandom still was not having that, and they say, yo, that's just a cop-out, and they was even more furious. And needless to say, the show only lasted for 2 seasons and ended on a cliffhanger. They made several changes to the source material that angered fans, but nothing was more swift as controversial as the race bending and stuff, or whitewashing. And all they had to do was cast that Latino actress as Flora to begin with, but they did not. Because they're trying to please a certain audience, and we all know which one that is. So I'm not really going to mention the whole Spy Kids Armageddon thing, 'cause I'm not really sure what's going on in this movie when it comes to Zachary Levi's toxic behind. He's scum, let's just put it like that. And he's not Latino and everything. I forget what race he is, but it ain't Latino. And so I'm not even sure if his character is playing Latino. But his last name in the movie is Tango. And tango, is the name of a dance. There's an Argentine tango, but there's a European tango. The tango started in Europe. And then it later went to other countries like Argentina and stuff. Most people associate the name tango with Latinos, but it's actually a European name apparently and stuff from what I've researched. And so, I'm not sure what exactly he's playing. But I watched this other review from this one guy who is Mexican, and he said he'll give Zachary Levi a pass for playing a Mexican because, he spoke Spanish in the movie. I don't care. Dude's not Latino. So if his character is Latino and speaking Spanish, then once again, they have whitewashed this role and everything. The rest of the cast is Latino, even though I'm still upset Gina Rodriguez for using the N-word in a rap video and stuff when she was singing the lyrics to a song and she used the N-word. And I'm just mad at her about that. Why did she have to do that? And she's done it before in the past, and she probably still does it today, even though she gave her fake celebrity apology. But still, why use that word? That's like somebody using a Latino slur. Why? Don't do that. And same thing goes for Pitbull. I ain't cool with him constantly always using the N-word and stuff. But anyways, when it comes to the Spy Kids movies, people mostly associate those with Latino culture because of the person who created it. However, there is some controversy when it comes to the Spy Kids movies that people don't really realize. In the original movies, there was only really one Latino in the entire franchise, and that was the daughter. The brother is Jewish and something else, and the mother is Italian or something like that. And then there's Antonio Banderas, which still to this day, I have no idea what the dude is. I always assumed he was Mexican because he's always played Mexican characters. But apparently he's from Spain. He's a Spaniard. But what type is he? Some have said that he is a European white Spaniard. Others have said he is a Spanish one. He jokes all he has to do is explain what the heck he is instead of joking. He said literally in one country, he's always considered himself Hispanic. But then in another one, he considers himself Spanish. And then another one, he has to check the box white or something like that. I do not know what that dude is. I really don't. And I have looked it up. He doesn't consider himself a person of color, even though Salma Hayek said he was. But nobody knows because America doesn't consider Spain a Spanish-speaking country. But apparently he is, from what I read, he's white and Spanish. Maybe he's Spanish. I don't know because there are other websites that literally just says he is a white European of Spanish descent. So he was born in Spain. So therefore he's considered Spanish. It's kind of like how Um, certain Indian people call themselves Asian because they was born in the Asian continent and everything, in Asia. And so like, so it's really confusing. And I have no idea what Antonio Banderas is. I really don't. So I just wanted to give like a few examples of like how Netflix decides to go past diversity and just whitewash certain characters. And it's like for the first time we could have had an Adams family that was truly Spanish, but then they decided to add two people who are not. And it's very, very, very frustrating and stuff. You know, there is not a shortage of Spanish speaking Latino, Hispanic, like actors and actresses. I don't know why they do this crap, especially in the times of now when diversity is really important and there's a certain group of certain people who do not want to see diversity on screen because they want everything to remain the same with just like white people. And so why cater to that, Netflix? I do not understand. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.